Hey, folks. Let's see if anybody shows up on a Monday morning. I know, first minute or so, it's kind of boring, huh? There we got two popped in. Got four that popped in. Y'all jump on here and say howdy. Let me make sure. Let's go to live chat. Good morning, Big Tiny. You still working from the house? Good morning, Willis. Don't recall seeing you on here before, have I? If I haven't, welcome to the channel. What up, Scott? You and that ferocious killer beast out there tearing up the asphalt, I'm sure. Michael, what's up? Yeah, now if I can get by without it. What up, Tony? I'm going to have to chase down my glasses here in a minute, I think. Okay, well, glad you're on here talking. Let me move this balls. Morning, One Eye. So I'm curious what y'all think about this defunding the police. Big old Great Dane walking by out there. Yeah, I got that. Defund the politicians. I agree. I still like that thing about making them wear a jacket like NASCAR with all their sponsors. Then we'll find out who bought them all. What up, Carlos, my brother? I seen your little hot tips last night. That boy thought that was hot, did he? Yeah, I agree. There is something big going on behind the scenes. You know, right now, you remember that deal in Wizard of Oz? Don't mind the man in the back pulling the ropes? Uh huh. Just so y'all know, I am expecting somebody. And should they show up, I'll be cutting this off rather quick. You'll learn one day. You're a Mexican hillbilly in training. We understand. Well, part of we do. Trump's got his work cut out for him. Yep. Well, actually, if you go back in history, uh, John F.K. hinted towards the same thing. And there are those of us that think that's why he got shot. Because he knew a little bit too much and he wasn't going for it. And he was fixing to take the lid off the can. And they wasn't ready for it. I think there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes. I've been saying that for years. Your biggest tattletale is how they want to keep all of us fighting with each other. You know, it's amazing how they want to preach peace, but they promote fighting. Oh, there are a lot of people didn't like JFK. Y'all been, hold on. Wasn't you impressed with that diesel pickup? I was. I lost track of where I was going with that. I don't know if Trump will be able to pull it off, dude. If you've been keeping track of all the the unrest, so he's got his hands full. And unfortunately, we have so many people that are buying into it. That's the scary part. Some people are just pure gullible. I didn't like that up in my face. You know, but this whole defunding the police, I promise you there's some political movement behind that. Whether it's actual politicians or money that is wanting to do more. So, boy, somebody needs to smack you. You don't need to go out trucking. What is wrong with you? Oh, yeah, I agree, Michael. They've been dumbing down society since back in the 70s. This whole thing about defunding the police and how all the police is bad and all that, that's a crock of bull. I want y'all to stop and think about refund the police. I hear you. First responders and military, they have our backs. We should have them. Oh, come on. Give them a hefty raise. Well, I agree to a large degree there, Tiny. I don't know about a large raise. We can't afford it. But you think about any any emergency that we've had, 911, hurricanes, earthquakes, mudslides, you name it. And who do you see that's running to the problem? You see your police and you see your first responders. Who do you not see? Black Lives Matter. I can't think them other idiots. But none of them dumbasses that are out protesting today and wanting the police defunded. Oh. Well, exactly, Michael. He put up, I seen a police quote said if we want you dead, we'd quit patrolling your neighborhood. And that's exactly what's going to happen in your large cities. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's what I was saying yesterday or day before, whenever it was, that's what they want. They want the police gone and they want the crime to go up, and then they're going to call in the United Nations. That ain't going to go over well. That ain't going over well at all. But I pretty much guarantee you that's what they're wanting to do. But IFTA or whatever the hell they call them, how come I only got one thumbs up on there? 7 people. But you don't see none of these troublemakers running into the problems. When Katrina hit, that whole area down there, New Orleans, is majority black people. And did you see any of the Black Lives Matter or any of them running down there to help out? No. Have you seen Black Lives Matter donating food, money, or anything to any kind of disaster? Have you seen any of these hate groups that we have now that is trying to help out in any fashion? No. But yet the ones that do rush into harm's way for us are the ones we want to defund. Really? We're all human beings, and there's going to be bad apples in every group of people. Are there racist cops? Of course. Are there cops that abuse their powers? Oh, hell yeah. The majority of us are truck drivers, and we know well being stopped on the road by different levels of police and in the scale houses. We see abuse of power all the time. We see those that wear their authority with so much pride and attitude, it's pitiful. See, I got to bite my words. So yeah, every group, you have them in trucking. We have those truck drivers that are assholes. It comes with every group of people. And it does not matter what race they are, what religion they are, what industry they're in. Good and bad. That's the world for you. So, as we like to say, you can't judge all truck drivers by the bad truck drivers. Well, you can't judge all cops by the bad cops. So, that's my thought on it. Yeah, Chicago's real crazy right now. They're not the only ones. Portland, Seattle, Austin in Texas is. I can't read that bottom one there. What does that say? Husband? I'm going to have to get my damn glasses, people. Don't y'all go nowhere. I'll be right back. They're right inside the door. I'm almost back with you. Oh. Oh, dadgummit. Brought the fan out with me, and I see the boy unplugged my cord back there. Ooh, and these are dirty. Hamlet of Salvation. Yes, I have. Obviously, you're new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. And yes, I am a Christian. And actually, I'm a minister. And actually, Sunday mornings, you can catch me sharing the word, the simple word. Oh, goodness. Might have to run over there to the porch and plug that cord in so my fan will kick on. Do I miss trucking? Do you miss a code? Not at all. And I'm hoping I don't have to climb back in a truck. Sit here and watch the traffic go by. I can do a lot of that. Oh man, local would probably be even worse. I mean, I did regional. I don't know. You'll always be a wannabe trucker, Carlos. See, he has to be careful. He can only find so many trucks that got the gear pattern and instructions in Mexican. Oh, Carlos, I sent you a trap. Did you see that? If they ever wanted to catch me and it shows the taco truck. So who was that young man you had trying that moonshine last night? Now, I thought you'd done drunk all of it. Evidently, you've been holding out. Well, I just wanted to make you hip to what could happen, dude. You just never know. So be leery of them taco trucks. I know you like taco trucks. And no, I ain't picking at him, folks. At one of his stops while he was still trucking, the taco truck came in there every night. And he not only did he buy him tacos, he bought everybody at work tacos. He's addicted to tacos. Oh, did Jim get you? Can you feel the love, brother? I take it today must be one of your home days. I don't know if they're still up there or not, Michael. They was up there a couple months ago. They was up there before this COVID-19 got going real good. Oh, brokers have been doing that for years. You like truckers have been complaining about it for years. And the only way to stop it is to quit taking cheap freight. And you're not going to see them stop taking cheap freight. You got these big mega companies that they can afford cheap freight. Oh, your brother-in-law? Did his ears turn red like yours did? You show him the video where Grandma made your ears turn red? You are correct, our Perfect Lamb Ministry. Welcome to the channel. I have preached the same thing. If you will watch yesterday's message, I mentioned it there, and I think I did the Sunday before. Well, brother, I know you're saying, but if it's true, it ain't racist. But I got news for everybody. If it's me and you or two friends, if one of us ain't thinking it's racist, it ain't racist. It's just needling each other. All right, and that Pollock friend of mine in Georgia, me and him would needle each other. He'd get me about being a hillbilly, and I'd get him about being a Pollock. If either one of us would have offended, that could have been racist. But it wasn't racist because we're friends picking at each other, just like you and I do. All these people with their tender feelings and getting hurt all the time, and some of them get hurt because you and I joke around. There will be those that get offended and say, that was racist. No, it wasn't. It wasn't directed at you. Stay the hell out of it. That's between me and Carlos. Hi, Grandma. There's your boy. That Great Dane came back by.
Oh, he came back this way, that way?
Yeah, he came back up this way.
Yes, he came that way.
Right. The first time he was going that way, and this time he went back that way. Oh.
Well, the first time he was going that way, then I saw him go that way. Now he's going back that way.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
First time I seen him, he was going that way.
Yeah, and then I saw him come.
Okay. Well, a few minutes ago, he was going back that way. He might be out walking for...
the Great Dane by himself.
Yeah, the Great Dane by itself.
Him I didn't see again. The runner I saw.
Ah, yes, you would have, because you got your wife to live with. I hear you, Michael. And actually, there are some of the younger generation that I am proud of. There are some of them that have their eyes wide open. Our son being one. Hunter that you see come on here once in a while. That boy's got his eyes wide open. Our kids in Texas. There's several of your generation that, yes, they do have their eyes wide open. Fixing to have to go plug my fan in. Joe unplugged the cord.
Why does he do that?
I don't know.
So we don't leave it on all night or something? Or don't we have enough sun?
I don't know.
Do we take it in the bedroom and use it?
It's getting humid.
My feet were sunburned on my tan, my leg. Like this for a while.
You right?
Took the shoes off, but
Now you see the marks.
my feet were really getting. Look how my ankle is still bruised.
Yeah, look how your feet's still swollen up.
I took 2 PPOs this morning.
All right, folks, I'm going to go plug in this cord. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Ah. Fan on you? Yes or no? Oh. I'm back, you lucky rascals. Oh, much gooder.
Doesn't work. I ain't gonna show up today.
I've got a feeling he ain't. Jim Dunn, you keep talking like that and they're going to want to drug test you. Somebody's still laying in the heat, Grandma. Or in the sun.
He got in the shade on the front porch.
Yeah.
Laid in the sun for a little bit, and then he said, "No, it is." They moved over where it was shady.
That's a wannabe super trucker, Jim Dunn. Uh-huh. The fact is known by you. Well, folks, what do y'all want to talk about? Besides Jim Dunn wanting to fantasize about the women chasing him.
Stormy's gonna get mad at him.
Stormy's probably encouraging him to find somebody that'll take him. I just been kicking back here at the boys' house, doing a little bit of yard work, and a little remodeling on his place. Extraordinaire. Been trying to learn how to sleep more. 103 today, huh? Damn it, Carlos. I don't know what they're predicting here. But you got that dry heat out there. This shit's humid here. Guess I need to do a little bit of work around here again today. Nothing drastic. Got some leaves over there I want to get and start raking up. They had a lot of trees around here that was blocking the sun. He's cleaned up some of it where he's starting to get some sunlight in here and grass growing. We've cut down several trees. Got some more to cut down. A little bit at a time. Been cutting them down, cutting them up, and burning them. When do you think we ought to cut that one back this fall? That's, what is that, a myrtle?
Grape myrtle. No, you
Grape
don't want
myrtle.
to cut it back till
Spring?
early spring.
Boy, it sure needs it.
Put it back in the fall, it could kill it.
Wonder how far back we want to cut it.
I mean, you could take a couple of those lower leaves off, limbs off now, but I would go no further than that.
Alright, Carla's asking us to remind Joe to update the baby registry so they know what to eat him. Oh Lordy, Jim Dunn. What kind of business would involve a Yankee, a hillbilly, and a Mexican? This is scary, Carlos. First, he has to learn how to truck, Michael. Jim Dunn still thinks getting out of the truck stop is an accomplishment. Where's your killer at? There he is. He wants the fan too, Mama.
Well, yeah, it's getting hot in that hot for it. Like sun is.
Yeah. Well, we got people dropping off. Didn't very many come in, but I ain't been doing very many live streams lately, so I'm not surprised. Come on, y'all, chat me up. Yeah, let's talk about something, or I'm go find something else to do.
Lazy days of summer.
Lazy days of summer. Uh-oh. You know what, Carlos? About having to be careful with Jim Dunn's ideas? Yeah, they're hollering y'all supposed to get some pretty good winds and whatnot up there. They're saying it's being a freaky summer. Some crazy wind patterns. Big old dump truck of some kind going by. Yeah, he's on logs in that dump truck.
Yeah, he had a big one
Yeah, he did.
on top the other day. I mean, it had to be 2.5 foot across.
Huh.
Big one.
Big one.
Big. You know, it took a crane to put that thing up there. Some kind of a big piece of equipment.
Well, you better have a good bankroll there, Big Tiny, and let's start be looking up places that you can get parts for it. Yeah, we're pretty much safe, and yeah, it's been a minute. I've been going live on my Sunday mornings. Yeah, I ain't done just a live chat like this in a minute. That's why there ain't very many people in here, and evidently some don't know what to say. Talking about Wisconsin weather and getting snow in October. That cool your day off. It will, it will.
Is October too early to get snow in Wisconsin?
Oh no, they're up there
Okay.
towards Canada.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You never know when they'll get it up there, especially if they get the Great Lakes effect going on and a good cold front coming down out of Alaska. That'll remind us why we're not out there running the roads. Well, there's not a whole lot to watch on any of my live streams, so I have many a driver that listens to them rolling down the road. All right, Carlos, take it easy. Yeah, I know, Michael. And the mosquitoes along with all that extremes. I didn't bring my sweat towel out. Please day hi to Grandma Rose. Carlos said day hi.
Hey, Carlos.
There you go. She hollered back at you. See, that's that Mexican coming out in him. He can't even say. Or maybe he wanted me to say hi to you. Hi, baby. She didn't say hi back to me. She did Carlos. What's up with this shit?
You and I've been up together for a while. I said good morning a long time ago.
Oh, look at this.
It must be cool.
That or else he's exhausted from guarding you all morning.
It must be.
Exactly, Michael. No. Now Carlos is waving at you. Are you flirting with my wife, Carlos? Do you know how high maintenance she is?
Yeah, right.
You're doing good to afford the one you got. You fixing to get two of them. Now, we already have to wear a mask in Walmart here. According to the all Walmarts. Walmarts, Lowe's, they're all buying into it. All right, Carlos, later, brother. You grab me a sweat towel, please.
Still got people talking to you.
Is that what?
Said you're not ending your live stream. You still got people talking to you.
Yeah. Well, I don't refuse to go to any of them. but I only go when I absolutely got to. I do my best not to go to them. You know, and it makes me wonder why these big mega companies are going there. Are they going there because they was told to? Or are they going there to be politically correct? Morning, Ralph. Kind of like these mayors that are just letting these idiots destroy their cities with their so-called protest, which it ain't a protest. Well, Michael, look at it this way, buddy. If masks worked back in the beginning, why didn't they give masks to the convicts instead of letting out a bunch of bad people? Oh, they were so scared of this coronavirus that they just let them out. Well, just give them a mask. Thank you, dear. Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going down right now y'all need to be paying attention to. This coronavirus nonsense, you need to be stopping and thinking about why they're pushing it like they are. What up, Hillbilly? All right, Hillbilly, explain that to me, man. Why do you want the police defunded right now? Well, Ralph, I'm glad you caught it too, man. I ain't been doing too many of these. You know, those of us that live out in the country, we're not going to be affected as bad as those in the city if they do defund the police. Yeah, but they're not going to let we, the people, solve this. I understand where you're wanting to go. I understand you. But see, that's what they want, in my opinion. They want we, the people, to resolve these issues. They want, like Grandma sitting over there saying, they want a war amongst us. And that way they can call in the UN. I honestly believe this is all about trying to get the UN in. They've been trying for years to pass different laws with the UN and all this and get us to sign off on it so that we would have to bow down to the UN. And thus far, we into it. But we had a few people that stopped it. So I still think that they're trying anything they can And I think right now they are trying to get the civil unrest going between the police and the people and all this. And I literally mean between some groups of people and the police and some groups of people and some groups of people. They are trying to get a lot of stuff going for two reasons. One, they're trying to defeat Trump with it. And two, they want to get the police out. Next will be the military. That's why they're fighting so hard on letting the president send in the Homeland Security to go protect our federal courthouses and our federal buildings. They want to get both of them decommissioned, so to speak, so that in a few weeks, when stuff really gets bad, they can holler for the UN to come in. We need the UN. They're the only fair ones. That would be a mistake. Now, of course, I'm not a politician, so. Well, that's true, Hillbilly. They are. All right, Tiny, get back at it. I don't know that the writers know better than anything, man. I think it really just ain't crossed their mind yet. Oh, that's a fact, Hillbilly. Back during the war, when Japan was being so crazy, that was what one of their major uh, military leaders said, was that you can't attack America, there's a gun behind every blade of grass. Oh yeah, media's stirring the pot big time. You have to realize the media is nothing but part of the propaganda group of the leftists. And all these people that are wanting to push us socialism and communism and all the other isms, they ain't got a clue what they're talking about. The youth damn sure don't. And the politicians and whatnot that's pushing it, it makes me wonder what they're going to get out of it. Because they're going to get something out of it. They're not doing it for our best interest. They're doing it for their bank account's best interest. And here comes the big truck, Grandma.
Oh boy.
This is not a road for big trucks. And he's coming here to the T, and it don't matter which way he goes, there's a weight limit bridge. And they do good to make that turn at that T. One of these days, I'm going to see somebody turn one over there. They're going to drop them damn tandems in that ditch. The trailer tandems. And when they do, that trailer's going over. There you go, Hillbilly. That's the right question to be asking. I've been asking that question for a long time. Because God is under attack, big time. He's been under attack for years. But they're really pushing it right now. Yeah. Well, there's no saying about history repeats itself. I think I touched on that yesterday, which goes all the way back to the Second Temple, the Second Jewish Temple. Over in this neck of the woods, it's easy for them to get lost. And in this day and age, truck drivers can't hardly read an atlas. They just keep following that damn GPS. But now, back in the day when we was doing that stuff without a GPS, you would call the company and you'd get some kind of directions from your major highway into their building, their facilities. Nowadays, most of them don't even know how to get to their facilities, much less from a major highway. There was a day they had directions wrote down. Somebody with some common sense wrote down the directions, and when they got that phone call, they'd pull it out and read it. 14 people and 8 thumbs up. What's up with that? Mountains of West Virginia. Yep, there you go, hillbilly. I delivered to some mines in West Virginia. And they met me and took me back, and then told me where to stop so they could hook onto me with a damn bulldozer and pull me up the mountain. No, Michael. Once you learn an atlas, it's not hard at all. It takes a few minutes, but it ain't that bad. And back in the day, I could quote you so many different mileages, how far it was from here to there, and tell you what roads to take. I've gotten mentally lazy on the roads and the atlas and the maps and distances. And we all knew where all our favorite truck stops were around the country. And see, they don't even teach y'all anything about reading an atlas anymore. Back in the day, that was part of your safety course. They'd make sure you knew how to read an atlas. Make sure that you kept a fairly updated one. Don't let it get more than 2 or 3 years out of date. Nowadays, most trucks ain't even got one. Well, that's part of the problem. Now, back when GPSs first came out, they started to outlaw them for big trucks. Simply because they didn't have one with a big truck routing. And these these drivers were coming out here and they would bring a GPS that's made for a car. And it didn't tell them where any low bridges were, weight limits, restricted routes. It didn't give them none of that stuff. So mostly over there on the East Coast, they was having some pretty serious issues with trucks winding up in some bad areas. So they seriously debated on outlawing them. Then somebody decided to go ahead and make a GPS for trucks. They'd been out quite a while before I finally broke down and got one. I'll be right back. Oh. Almost looks like that new leaf opened up on that banana looking tree.
It has several days ago.
Well, when I was delivering boats, some of the places that we would go, which are different marinas, which are on lakes, which are out in the middle of the hills, that GPS could get you in some trouble. Somebody shared a video. No, I'm not, Ralph. Yeah, Jim, he's saying, hey, here's the topic to talk about. I was told if you're a trucker, don't post anything on social media about what you would do if you came upon protesters blocking the roads. Because if you drive through, you're exactly right. Then that lawyer is going to use that and use it against you. Whether they get you for premeditated murder or not, they probably could, but no, you want to keep your mouth shut about that. Uh, which I've made the mistake of saying I ain't stopping. But, in this day and age, that's good advice. But you can also make sure that where you're going, that you're not going there in the middle of the night. Evil loves darkness. And if you notice that all of these bad riots and stuff, the majority of them are of a night. Now, during the Rodney King riots, they was all day and all night. But these that they're having nowadays, they're of a night. Huh. I wonder why. The Rodney King riots, they wasn't wearing a bunch of masks and all that nonsense. They didn't care if you knew who they were. All these are covering their face and trying to hide their identity. Huh. Why that, hillbilly? You think President Trump winning the election's going to make things really go bad?
I think Trump not winning the election is going to make things really go bad.
Yeah. Grandma's saying she thinks Trump not winning will make things go bad. Ooh, there goes code enforcement. They sneak out of their parents' basement. Well, I've told people for years that they need to have a decent stockpile. If nothing, they need to have some beans and rice stashed. Well, not only are the street terrorists destroying stock, there's some companies, truck companies, that are not going into the cities if the police are not there to protect them. And I don't blame them. More of them need to do it. I think if they defund the police in any city, they need to stop.
Traffic. Stop the trucks from going in.
Yep.
Stop deliveries. Let them run out of shit. Let them see what it is to do.
That's what I'm talking about. Your boy inside?
I don't think so. Yeah, he's inside. Does he sound like he's inside?
Yeah, it sounded like him.
Yeah, he's inside. He's home but lonely.
Right?
He's the one that's driving out.
Magnavo, welcome to the channel. Capitalism is where supply and demand drives the market. Capitalism is where service drives the business. Capitalism is you being able to start your own business. Bandit, get over here. Capitalism is where you can start your own business, and it's up to your destiny or your decisions on the destiny of that company by how you perform. Do you give good customer service? Are you in there with your competition where you've got a fair competitive price for your service or product? That is capitalism. Capitalism, you stand a chance of running your own business. That's why it's hurting so many small businesses right now with all this shutdown nonsense. And I think that's on purpose. I really do. I think they're trying to get it where only the mega companies are taking care of we the people. Yes, communism is the opposite of that. Communism is where the government has control of everything. The government controls your pricing. The government controls everything about you and your company. They dictate how much you pay your employees. They dictate how much you can charge. They dictate how much I can buy. Communism has never honestly worked. Oh. Well, you're quite welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad somebody was asking. They wasn't afraid to say that they didn't understand, didn't know, explain it to me. With that attitude, you'll go a long ways. He's right up there, laying in the sun.
The sound's blocking him.
Yeah, I'm watching him too. Being the killer dog he is. Oh. All right, folks, we've been on here an hour. If you ain't got something else to talk about, I reckon we'll call it off. I'm going to be trying to get on here a little bit more. I ain't going to make no promises. We'll see how it all goes.
And Joe had to go to work today.
Yeah. He's also, well, I don't know if he does or not.
It's 10:30.
Well, 1 week he works 2 days, and next week he works 3 days.
Oh, okay, so I
And he
guess
did
it's
3
Monday,
days
Tuesday,
last week, so I
Thursday,
guess
Wednesday.
he's on his 2-day work week this week.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Probably. All right, folks, I appreciate y'all joining me. If you would, hit that like button. Share some of my videos. Y'all watch out for me coming back on sometime. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. Y'all have a good day now.